Okay, we're going to continue on now, and as I mentioned before, I do like to try and make really good use of all my areas. Lots of content in the areas is what I like to see. So I'm going to put another quest in this mine. However, this one I'm going to actually start in this mine, and what it's going to be is we're actually going to have a trapped miner down here who needs help getting out. So this is going to be an escort quest. And what we're going to do is probably put this dwarf down around here somewhere, and you'll have to walk him out. Now, of course, it's going to be a rather simple quest because we're probably going to have all the kobolds dead before we even get to them. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward walkout, and we're not going to have to worry about any of these kobolds killing them off. Now, in an escort quest, I'll describe what happens. Basically, you have your NPC, and an escort quest is limited to one area. That's the kind of the downside to an escort quest. They usually are just one area. You can have them go anywhere in the area you want, but they are limited to one area. So usually, oftentimes, what I'll use them for is just filler for in a dungeon. There's someone trapped in a dungeon, or they're lost or something like that, and you want to get them out to the main door kind of thing, and then they'll kind of take it from there and be on their way. So that's kind of what I use them for. You can the other items related to the escort quest is they can only have one objective. You can only escort them out, and that's it. They don't have other objectives. The other thing that you can do with an escort quest is that they don't necessarily have to be the first NPC of the quest. You can be sent to a cave to find someone and then escort them out. The other key indicator is that they have to be the last person of the quest, so the escort quest always ends after the escort is complete. So if Billy was lost in this mine out in the town, you could have Billy's mom looking for him. Tell the player, he's lost in the cave. I think go take a look, see if you can find him, and you can have that as your NPC one. NPC two could be Billy himself here in the cave, and then Billy starts the escort, walks out of the cave, and finishes. And Billy can give you some gold or something if he had any coins on him. Or what you could do is you could then actually travel. You could have a message in the finish dialogue of Billy after you escort and say, you've escorted Billy out. You should return to his mother, and maybe his mother will have something more for you. Then you can return to his mom and have a quest. Start there where she asks you to do something else or whatever. But that's kind of the limitations on it. Escort quests are party aware, so if I'm in a party down here and one of the party members starts the escort quest, everybody in the party who has not taken the quest or is on that quest step, they'll get a notification saying, Joe Dwarf has started this escort quest, and then everybody gets their journals updated that you're on the escort quest together. Another aspect of escorting is if you do run into creatures and they do happen to kill your escort, basically everybody loses the quest or the quest resets back, and when the person who you're trying to escort respawns, you can come in and try again. So that's basically what happens with an escort quest. If you successfully escort the person out, then they kind of just disappear here wherever your endpoint is. They just disappear, and then hopefully, then once they've disappeared, your respawn system will respawn them back up here. So this is again where the Legends AI comes in, and the Legend spawning plugin come in. They come in really handy for these types of things, handling the actual escort and handling the respawn of your character that you're escorting. So let's get started with that. We're going to have, in this case, we're just going to have a lost dwarf down here. So we'll fire up the quest plugin, and we're going to say new quest, and we're going to call this quest Lead the Way. And it's going to be 50 experience, and he'll give you the 10 gold that he's got in his pocket. And we'll call this solo normal as well. We're not going to have any requirements on this quest at all. So you don't have to be anywhere on anything. If you just happen to come in here at level 1, it's the first thing you do, you'll be able to do this quest. So we're not going to have any requirements. This is a kind of quest where you could do a repeatability if you wanted to. Again, this is pretty optional. I don't use it a lot really, but it's there in case you want to do like bounties or something. Bounties are pretty handy if you want to do this. That's where repeatability can come in handy a lot if you want to do bounties. Go out and collect goblin fingers or something, and every 24 hours or whatever you can do it again, kind of thing. So I'm not going to use it for this either, but that's pretty straightforward what it's for. So we're going to create a new one, and we're just going to call him Scared Dwarf. That's his name. He's not going to have a pre-quest one-liner because he has no requirements. The first time you meet him, he's going to offer the quest. However, the post-quest one-liner, this is where you can get a little bit creative with escort quests, because some people, I don't really care personally, but some people don't like the fact that, okay, I've escorted this dwarf out, and 5 minutes later he's stuck in the mine again. So you got to put some thought into your post-quest one-liner here to help alleviate that unrealistic part of an escort quest. So sometimes you'll have a really determined guy who's in here, and he's lost and he's stuck and he wants to get out. You've helped him out, but then he's taken it upon himself to come back in for whatever reason, because he's left something behind, or he's aware that there's a buried treasure in here and he really wants it, and he thanks you again, but he really needs to find this treasure. So we're going to say that this guy left something behind. So we're going to say, thanks for getting me out of here earlier, but I really need to find my golden pick that he's left behind. So I can find my way now, though. So you don't need to help him again. So you have to be a little creative there. So now when he's ready to offer the quest to you, he's going to say, thank goodness someone has come. I heard all of the commotion going on when those creatures attacked, but I was trapped in here. Can you help me out of the mine? I'm afraid I have no fighting skills and would really appreciate any assistance you can offer. So it's that simple. There is no quest reminder for escort quests, so as soon as you accept the quests, as soon as you hit accept, the escort starts and off you go, and you're not going to stop and chat or anything like that as you're doing the escort quest. So there's no need for a quest reminder. However, there will be a quest finisher. Now, the quest finisher, what this is a little bit different, because the quest finisher dialog box will appear even after you've finished escorting him, and he's going to disappear. He's going to, pretend. You got to kind of imagine he's walking out of the cave, and he's going to be gone when the quest finisher box appears. So you got to kind of, when you're doing escort quests, you got to kind of write these into third person, is what I find is best. So after escorting the scared dwarf out of the mine, he heartily appreciates your help and tosses you a few gold coins from his purse. He then proceeds to exit the mine, quite happy that you've helped. So something like that. Now, the objective here is very simple. It's just an escort. So we hit add, and we're going to select escort this NPC. And the objective is as seen in a journal. Escort the scared dwarf. Now, when the dwarf arrives at the destination, he's going to speak a one-liner message just to say, thanks, we've arrived. So, thanks for helping me out of here. And off he goes. Now, this is the number of waypoints. Now, this is one part of an escort quest that we didn't discuss yet. The way the escort quest works is the NPC doesn't join your party, and he's not going to follow you around and while you drag him throughout all of your adventures and carry him on your back wherever you decide to take him and use him as cannon fodder. The way escort quests work here is they basically walk a predefined path to get from point A to point B, and it's basically similar to a patrol route. You're going to lay several waypoints down, and the dwarf is going to follow them until he gets to the last one, at which point, if he makes it to the last one alive, you've succeeded. So we have to tell the quest plugin how many waypoints there are involved, so it can actually determine which one the last one's going to be. So I'm just going to throw in like 5 waypoints here. You may want to lay these down before you actually write the quest, so you have an accurate number. But if you have to come back in and edit this, then that's great. You're getting a note here saying an NPC can only have one objective if they are to be escorted and must be the last NPC of the quest, though you can link a quest from this NPC. So you can have other quests that are linked to this, and it's just telling you what I mentioned already, that it has to be the last NPC. When you hit finish, this last part here is telling you when you hit finish, you can fire up a new quest immediately. So in the example of what we were saying before with Billy, when you finish escorting Billy out, you'll get the finish box. You can click finish and have a second quest appear via the link method, and have that second quest say, now that you've rescued Billy from the mine, you can go back to his mom, and maybe you'll get some experience, and then you can go and talk to the mom and maybe get some experience that way or something like that. But it's just giving you the options of what's available. So we're not going to need any of that. So we're just going to hit finish here, and that's it. Finish. So now it's noticed that we are creating an escort quest, and it's telling us what we have to do because we've done that. It says, note, you have created an escort type objective in this quest. You will need to create a series of waypoints in an area for the NPC to follow. The waypoint set name of the number of waypoints must be called WP_escort_1007 for this to work as well. Ensure you set the NPC's AI to follow this same set. Don't forget to recompile this script before running. So it's basically telling you that you want to use WP_escort_1007, and if you're not using the Legends AI, it's telling you have to make your AI do this if you're using some other custom AI. We are using the Legends AI, so we're not overly concerned about it. But we do want to create our 5 waypoints called WP_escort_1007. So we have to make sure we lay those. And we have to compile a script because there is a script that's being called. So what's happened is a script has been automatically created for this escort quest. If we go in here and look under scripts, we'll see that there's a WP_escort_1007 script that's been created for us that we need to make sure we compile. So now we'll actually go in and place our waypoints and place our creature. So I'm just gonna pull over the blueprints here, and under Legends Quest NPCs, I'm gonna see the scared dwarf. I'm gonna just put him right here. Now he doesn't look much like a scared dwarf, does he? So what we're gonna have to do is change his appearance. So I'm gonna delete him, and I'm just going to, I'll do this on my other screen. So I'm not dragging it off. All I'm doing is changing the appearance to a dwarf. And there, he's a generic dwarf. Again, you want to play with their appearances. Now, the next part, what we want to do is lay down that waypoint set. So we're going to create a patrol route. So I'm going to use the Legends AI patrol waypoint. Now again, you can use whatever. You can use a common waypoint. It doesn't matter. So we're just going to lay 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. And what we'll do is we'll do what it said. It wants us to select these, all these waypoints, and create a set. So we're going to do a create waypoint set. And the name it asked us to do was column WP underscore S score underscore 1007. That's what it wanted us to create. So OK, and there's the waypoint set. And that's it. There's an escort quest all done for us. Finished. So again, we'll have to find this dwarf as we adventure along and see if we can do that. So now we've got several quests in here. We've got the kill some kobolds. We've got the pocket watch. We've got escort this dwarf out, and of course our main storyline is defeat that mayor and get his diary. I'll probably have to go back and put some content in that diary and change its icon and stuff, but that's typical of all plugin generated objects. So I'm going to finish this one and save it, and we'll let's see. Do I want to do another one? I've got yeah, we'll leave it and we'll actually go in game and try these ones out. So the next video we'll go in game and see how that goes. I just wanted to drop back into the toolset real quick because I did want to demonstrate 2 items that I made an error on. The waypoint set that was created for the escort quest in the mines, the WP at the very beginning of the set name has to be capital letters. It can't be small letters, so just make sure that those are capital WP. I've updated the quest plugin, again, a benefit of doing videos before release, to in the little message that it tells you about what to name your waypoints. I've updated that to make sure that it says capital WP and that it tells you that it's case sensitive. The second thing that I wanted to do is discussing the actual NPC himself. I'll have to fire up the quest plugin here real quick. I'm just going to do it this way. And I have to edit his quest to show what I made a mistake on. Everything here is normal. The mistake that I made is when I was talking about this quest reminder box, and I said that it's not going to get used. Normally, it's not used for an escort quest. When the NPC, when you hit accept, the NPC starts walking, and what happens, and when you click on him while he's walking, he's not gonna say anything. But there is an instance where he will do his quest reminder. If you're on an escort quest and a player crashes or logs out or doesn't complete the quest for some reason, and you have to come back later to restart the quest, you'll have the quest still in your journal. So even if you fail the quest for whatever reason, disconnect, log out, whatever, the quest is still in your journal. It's just marked as you need to start it again to be able to finish it. So what happens is you come into this cave and you find this guy respawned here, and he'll be able to talk to you again. But because you've already got the quest in your journal, it won't re-offer it. What'll happen is the quest reminder will pop up, and then once you hit continue, the quest he'll start walking again. So we're just going to fill in something really quick here. Are you ready to go now? Just something like that. And that way, if you log out or whatever and you haven't got the quest completed and you come back, you click on him again, he'll say, are you ready to go now? And you hit continue, and then he'll start walking again. So it's just a fail safe in there. So that's what you need that for. So I'm just going to finish that, and then now I'm going to resave, recompile my scripts because I have to do that. And then I want to replace. Actually, no, I don't need to replace him. And I'm just going to restart, and now I'll go back in game and load up the module, and we'll do these quests.